I am here live with one of our incredible Elite Nurse to Coach Academy clients. This is Shel. Shel is a travel nurse and she coaches other nurses around the same. So we're so excited to have you here. Thanks for joining us, Shel.
Thank you so much. I'm so glad to be here.
Absolutely. So we'd love to hear about you. Can you tell us more about what you do with your business?
Well, I've been travel nurse coaching for the last 15 years of my career. So I've met so many wonderful nurses that don't understand how to get going with travel nursing. And so in my business, I get these ladies ready. We go, step by step from the beginning, like how to enter into the travel nurse world and what steps that you have to take in order to get there and to get the contracts you want, and how to connect with recruiters that, are close to what you're looking for as far as travel wise, per state wise, license wise, housing. I also just actually this morning got off a really important phone call because I want to be able to offer the travel nurses, some kind of 401k, something that they can put some of their money into. Because as travel nurses, we always don't get insurance or any of those things. There's very limited agencies that do those things. So I think I'm going to be able to connect with this firm that wants to work with me. And that way, you're not missing any part of the insurance or the savings or the retirement or any of those things. So, that way you're able to, go for your hopes and dreams and, all your goals and still take care of your family.
Amazing. I love that so much. Well, I'm so excited to hear more and have you share more about what you're doing. I know when you first came to us, I'd love to hear more about where you were at and then where you wanted to go.
Oh, wow. When I first came into the academy, I did not know much of anything at all. I was dependent solely on you and your team. And what an amazing journey this has been. It's just been absolutely incredible. You go from the modules that we do and the live calls. I have learned so much. I did not know how to navigate on social media at all. And, with all of the specialty calls that we get, to watch in the mastermind classes, that is so very important. And plus, you can go back and look at all of these things. So this academy has taught me step by step what I have to do in order to be successful. And, what time you need to put in and energy. And even, you make it in such a way that it's doable to be able to go to work. You can, like, as me as a travel nurse, like, I love that so much because, I can watch the calls, I can listen to it while I'm driving. So whether I'm going across the country for a 34-mile drive, which I did like in the middle of all of this, you make it so easy to be able to jump on and learn. And if you miss something, you can relearn it. And, you give us so much as far as if there's questions, if you do not know the answer, you set us to somebody that absolutely does. And I have never had one question unanswered, like at all. And, with accountability partner, I have connected with one and hopefully another one. And it's so amazing because we help each other grow and we push each other to our limits. And you do that to us as well. And I never knew I was strong as I was until I came to this academy. Like, you don't know how much you can pull out of yourself and how much you pull out of us that we don't even know. And then, at the end of the day, after these calls, I'm like, wow, that was exactly what I learned. And this is how I wanted it to go. And it just flows so smoothly if you do the curriculum and you do the step by step and you connect with the people that are there for you. Like, all you have to do is reach out. And I have no problems doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so it's just been like an amazing journey so far. And I just, look forward to the next call and what more I can do and build and grow because I know I have like a million questions more and I know that I'll get them answered because, and you just make it a very smooth journey. And I appreciate that.
Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate your kind words. I love that you found that it's such a smooth journey. It's grown your confidence. You have phenomenal support. You're connecting with the other people in the academy, which is amazing. You've been in a small cohort. We have those live chat threads where you can ask questions at any time. I love that. Thank you so much for sharing. We'd love to hear what you've accomplished so far in the academy.
Well, that's been a lot of it. The social media has been great, and I know I need to go live. And so this has been, so I see it's not as scary as you think it is. And, trying anything new is scary. But for me, if I can walk into a building and take care of, 40 some people and, do a great, amazing job, then I can totally do that here. And so I try to pull what I have from my current career and pour all of it into here. And the things that I'm trying to do, for helping all these ladies from start to finish, I, put in where I was a recruiter for 4 years within my career. I've connected with some amazing recruiters. And as soon as I can get these ladies going where they feel confident enough to take a contract, I've connected with recruiters that can also help them to get the job that we've been working towards. And so, that gives them the connect with me to get ready to go, and then a connect to be able to get out there and work. And then also the connection for today with the different 401ks and, helping and saving and things like that. So I'm trying to make it like a smooth process from if you want to transition completely from a full-time job, you can totally do that. And it's totally doable because all these same things are available for you. You're just working half of the time, because literally travel nurse world is whatever you make in 2 weeks on like a salary or whatever job you make in 1 week in travel world. It's just that simple. And people always need us, and it's
Yeah.
everywhere. And some people are like, well, you can't work out your front door in travel nurse. Well, that's not true. That's not true at all because, I have I did a 10,000-mile lap around the United States working and meeting people and making amazing connections. These are the people from New Hampshire that are calling me like yesterday and the day before wanting help. How do I do this? Like you came from Nebraska. If you can do it, tell me what I can do, to do it. And so that's just so exciting for me. And so then I just start from like, the beginning to how I got there. And I so wish that there was somebody that I could have talked to when I started travel nursing, because it is nothing like what the people told me when I started. It just wasn't that way. And, I've made mistakes, tons of them, but I've also learned a lot. I've learned a lot
Yeah.
because now I have connections with recruiters. I have, buildings are calling me like every day. Oh, I just came from Arizona. Can you just come work 5 weeks? Can you just do that? So, you make all of these connections and you're not like, oh my God, when am I gonna work next? Next month or when the contract's on. I have plans for all of that. Like I can share so
Yeah.
many things and there's so much work out there.
Yeah, I love that so much. I mean, you have so much expertise in this. You've been doing this for so long. You have so many connections. And I love how you mentioned, you wish that someone like you was there when you first started coaching or sorry, travel nursing. That would have been phenomenal for you to have a mentor to learn from their mistakes, from what their lessons learned, their connections. And so I love that you're able to be that mentor for other travel nurses now and helping them get to where they want to go. That's phenomenal. I'm really excited for everything that you're doing. I'm really proud of you. Yeah, for everything. And, in the program, you've been showing up, doing the homework, like just giving it your all and just so excited the whole way. And remind me again how many years you've been a travel nurse for?
Well, I have been traveling for 15, but I've been in this industry for like 34 years. I started when I was like 16 years old. And so I've learned, all the rules and regulations and the federal rules, and those don't change across the board no matter what state you're in. And as holding a compact license, like we're licensed in 40 some states, there's just a handful that aren't in that compact anymore. So they're trying to get most of them in there. And so, as long as you know your rules and regulations for your specialty, and I have went into specialties I never even thought I would.
Yeah.
And learned that, oh my gosh, I am so good at this. And so, managing a group home of little kids, like I've done a lot of things, and it's just amazing what you get out of this. Like you grow your career so much as a travel nurse. You do things you never expected that you would. And it is so rewarding. You just meet forever friends. And
I love that so much.
And, I've made connections with doctors that, they're just amazing. And I really love travel nursing. I would not ever work anywhere full time. I wouldn't do it because it's just the freedom of it. You've still got to work. I get it, but you get the freedom to go where you want, when you want. So you don't have to do the same thing. Because last week, as a matter of fact, I worked one day at the drug and alcohol detox, next day at long-term care. It's like if you want to switch it up, you don't get stuck in a rut. And if you feel overwhelmed and like, oh my gosh, I'm burned out, you can just like when I feel like that, I'll just go to like, okay, I've done this, so I'll go to, this other specialty. And then, it lightens the load because the workload isn't the same.
Right. Yeah, that's so great to have such a variety and have that freedom. It's so cool to hear about. And we'd love to hear what your favorite part of the academy has been so far.
Well, the favorite part of the academy, I think, is the calls, because you get to interact with all the ladies, and then they're telling you like all of their wins and the things that helped them so much. And so you can put all of those things into play for your own business and see if that works for you. Because, with all the different ideas, I love to try all of the things that we talked about. And, the last call that I was on, actually, I put those things into play and they worked. And so I was like, wow, like, those are so helpful because everybody does something different, and watching how they do it, it might work for you or it might not, but it's worth a shot,
Yeah.
And so I just take all of that in from all of the wins that everybody's been getting and listen to the things that did not work, so that you can maybe just avoid that and move to the next and see how that works out for you. But boy, everybody has such wonderful ideas and are just creating just such amazing businesses. I just love to be a part of the calls and, be a part of like a winning team. It just feels so great to go to those. And then I feel so inspired to jump on my computer and see if all of these things work. And a lot of them do. And it's just so amazing.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, I love that you're so fast to implement. I love that you are enjoying the call so much. The community is incredible. The strategies, everything. I love it. What would you say to someone who is thinking about joining the Elite Nurse to Coach Academy, but they just don't know if they should and they're kind of hesitating? What would you say?
Well, actually, I was talking to one of my friends because she's like in a different part of the industry. Not really, she's not a nurse, but she's into some of the things that nursing does, and how they help people, and gone through things herself. And, I was telling her all about it. Now she wants to meet up with me so that I can really show her like how it works, because I have just been raving about this academy because it really does work. If you put the work in, it works just like anything else. I mean, nothing's just gonna fall in your lap,
Right.
as long as you're working towards it. So I was letting her know like all of the things that I have done and grown and how it works. And she is so interested in it. So that's where I'm at with that, because I really have somebody that I think is going to want to start, and it would just be amazing because she sees the progress that I'm doing, and I can literally show her on paper like how I have grown. Like it's not just me saying something. I actually have proof of how this has helped me. So, I think how I show people, because you can't lie with what's right in front of you. You can't deny it. And this is what works. And this is like how great it has helped me grow. And so she's so interested in that. And if somebody wasn't interested, I would be like, look, like you cannot say that this is wrong. And this
Yeah,
is like, it's been helping so much. And like these things work in the world today. It might not work next year, but it's like working today. Things change. And nurses
yeah,
know that because, what is the first rule of nursing? You got to get with the change because it's every day. And
right.
so, that's why I guess I'm lucky for the business that I'm trying to build because these ladies know that.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
absolutely. And that's the beauty and the importance of having a mentor because things are always changing. So it's so important to be in mentorship with someone who can lead and guide you and help you with things that, you don't know how to do, but they've done it before. And so that's what I love a lot about coaching and mentorship for sure. We'd love to hear how you feel now compared to before we started working together.
oh my gosh, it's like 1,000% change at a minimum. Like, really, I feel, way more confident. I, can do the posts. I can talk to people. I, have been writing out plans for step by step for, going through all of the things to get, from A to Z, from full time to travel nurse. Like I have all these plans. Getting on, gosh, the Facebook was my huge thing, I guess, because I did not know how to navigate that at all. And I'm like getting really good at that. I have like 1,200 people on LinkedIn. Never thought I would have that. Like, people are connecting right and left with me on LinkedIn. And it's the posts that I've done and it's what I've learned in the academy, what works and what doesn't. Like, all of these things. And I have just grown like incredibly on it. I never had Instagram. I've got that going. I'm looking into doing podcasts. Never ever thought I would do any of that, just growing within myself to know that I can do it and I have what it takes to do it. And you have shown me so many things in myself that I did not know that I really had. And like you guys talk to us and teach us so much. And it's not, it's your whole team because you have people that you'll throw out there for us. Like these are the experts in this and that. And I never even knew like what branding or any of that was or how you would do a website. And I'm starting to build all of these things that these are things I wanted. And it was a hope and a dream of mine. But today my dreams are becoming a reality.
Yes. Yes. I love that. I love that it's coming a reality now that you know all the steps and the ways to make it happen. I'm so proud of you. It's so exciting to see what you're accomplishing.
Oh,
And
thank you.
what would you say you're most proud of yourself for accomplishing so far?
I think that I'm most proud of, posting and getting on the social media and being consistent with it and being able to do these things whether I'm home or not, because that was like a huge thing. Do I need to be right in front of my computer? No, because you taught us that we can have our phone or our laptop and we can still do all of these things whether we're right in front of our home computer or not, or we're sitting at home or not. Learning all the different ways to get out there and put yourself out there. Like I never knew all of the ways that there really was to do all of that. And so learning all of that and being able to grow that way, like you're reaching an audience you never thought was possible.
Right. Yeah. I love that so much. Very good. And we'd love to hear about your program. Can you tell us more about that?
Well, I'm starting like an introductory. I have a call right after this. So, I'm doing like 30-minute calls to see where, these ladies are at and what their goals are. And, if they're already a travel nurse and need like more help with like, how do I get out there or get to another state or all this, then I have a different little, packet that we can do that's for current travel nurses and where they want to go and what the steps are to get there, and then I have like a different file for people that are just fresh coming from full-time positions and wanting to go out and travel and that have a family. And that's a little bit different because you're going to want to connect with somebody that's a little bit closer recruiter and different per diem boards. And I'm literally on all of them so that I can let people know, like, this is how you do it and these are the steps for it. So I'm probably connected with about 10 per diem boards and about 20 travel agencies, and they are calling me
That's
constantly.
awesome.
But these are some of them that I can hook these ladies up with that have the most jobs, that are a better agency. I know which ones to go to, because a lot of travel nurses make a lot of mistakes with spending too much before they actually get to where they're going and different things like that, because housing is ridiculous a lot of places. Now, I worked somewhere 2 days in a row yesterday, and I just asked them, do you have any housing? Sure, you can stay in one of our rooms for $50, thanks. Just little things like that. Like, a lot of people don't understand that this world gives travel nurses a lot of breaks in a lot of different areas because we are traveling so far for states. So then, that's just another thing to get into, along with, but that's a big part of it, actually. But, that's why I wanted to also get connected with like insurance things and being able to save and things like that, because a lot of people don't want to leave their full-time position if they think they're going to be missing something out in the end, especially if they have a family. And so, I'm doing things like that. That's why I'm doing that. I'm also going to be connecting with the college that I went to, and try to get the word out there with all the new travel or the new students, the nursing students, to, offer them like, this is an availability to you. Those teachers know that I started traveling right out the gate. And so they've been kind of tracking me, a few of them, because a few of them reached out to me like, wow, you've done like so many amazing things and you've been so many places. So I'm trying to connect with them so that I can have a spot to like talk to nurses and stuff that way as well.
Amazing. I love it so much. And what is your vision for the future with your business? What would you, where do you see yourself going from here?
Well, I'm hoping that because my word for the year is growth. So I'm just trying to grow and reach as many people as I can and help in however I can, because I would like to make other people, make their dreams realities as well, and, help them make it to their end goal. It's really important because I see a lot of people all over the place. And to me, life is what you make it. And you don't have to be miserable. And if you want to change, like, change is good. Change is good for everyone as long as you make the right change for you, So I'm just hoping that I can reach as many people as I can and just grow this business so that there's more nurses out there that are actually like super happy with what they do and are, amazed with their self about the accomplishments they have made and how they've like really grown in the industry, because this industry is changing. It's changing a lot. It has changed so much. I can't even believe it. And it's going to continue to change this year. And we're starting to see lots of different changes in lots of different areas of this industry. So, hopefully if somebody's like burnt out or whatever in, their current position, like I can help them, grow to where they want to be. And then they can just like take off from there. It's just an amazing opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, congratulations on everything that you're doing, Shel. I'm so proud of you and the work that you're putting in and how you're helping so many nurses. And we'd love to hear how people can reach out to you. Where can they get in touch with you?
Through Facebook, or because I believe on Facebook, my Facebook group, Travel Nurse Coach. I have got my email on there, and I will reach out. I reach out as soon as anybody has any interest or questions, or if we can do a 30-minute, I usually do a 30-minute Zoom call right at first to see where everybody's at and what they need and what they're looking for. I did one of those last week. And then I'll have that other one today as soon as I'm done here. So I mostly off of Facebook, LinkedIn as well. It's Travel Nurse Coach, and also Instagram. Anybody can reach me on there. And yeah, with any want to connect, any questions, anything, I'm just really happy to get going and help people.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for being here, Shel. I'm so proud of you again. And congratulations on all of your work and your progress.
Thank you so much. I've
You're
been
so welcome.
enjoying this so much.
Oh, good. I'm so happy. Wonderful. Well, thanks again. And I hope you have a great day. Thanks for being here.
Thanks.
Take care. Bye bye.
Bye.